Good morning. I'm McKinzie Roth. It's the final week of the college football regular season, if you can believe it, and there are major bragging rights on the line here in the Hoosier State. We are about to break down the bucket game right here on All Indiana Bets.
My name is Jason Hammer. I've gained 15 pounds in the last 3 days. I need to win some money for a gym membership. That starts today.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Scott Long, and that is the greatest money deal ever for a gym. Hammer will never use it. And here we go, right here, right now. Go!
This is All Indiana Bets, presented for the people, powered by Caesars Sportsbook and Lunazul Tequila. Feed the wolf.
Welcome to the big show. We are thrilled you're here. This is All Indiana Bets. So shout out to some folks in South Carolina watching for the very first time. You can stream right now. WishTV.com is the spot.
South Kakalaki.
Woohoo! Hey guys, final week of the college football season. If you can even believe it. Like, hasn't this just flown by like that? It's wild.
Feels like just yesterday we were talking about the beginning of the college football season and how good the Indiana Hoosiers were going to be. And now here we are.
Look, you know, we're not going to be very positive about the Hoosiers. It's really hard to. I just want to say, Coach Tom Allen, this is a gambling show. You seem like a great guy, okay? This is nothing against you. I met the athletic director, Scott Dolson. Seems like a great guy. Brought in a great basketball coach.
Yes.
I don't see anybody better out there for Indiana to get as a football coach. We're just going to pretend this game is really meaningful today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it is, right?
Some of us have some stake in the game today.
Yes. Okay, we're going to get to it. We're talking about the battle for the Old Oaken Bucket. All right, we got Purdue, IU set to square off the football field for the 123rd time later this afternoon. These are two rivals, have had two very different seasons. Boilermakers, 7-4 with wins over two top 5 teams. Hoosiers, on the other hand, 2-9, winless in the Big Ten play. So it should come as no surprise that Purdue, a heavy 14.5-point favorite in this game. Hammer, we're going to start with you. Do you like the Boilers, the big number here to cover?
I do,
Yeah.
and we've actually caught a break. Purdue bettors, that line has been at 15.5 most of the week.
Right.
Now you can find it 14.5 in some places. I like Purdue here. If you're Purdue, what better gift to give your fan base, who was not allowed to go to games a year ago because of the health pandemic, than a beatdown of your rival and to secure an even better game? I like Purdue here. I don't know if Indiana can put up the offensive numbers it's going to take to compete with the Boilers here. I will lay the 2 touchdowns and the hook. I'll take this to 15 if I have to. I like Purdue a great deal on this one.
All right, Purdue. Scott, you agree?
I put on my glasses. You know this is important information.
Here we go. Here we go.
Now we're getting serious.
Yes.
Okay, Indiana's offensive rankings. This is national rankings of all the schools. I don't know. I think there's 129 probably. IU is 122 in total yards. It's 112 in passing yards. It's 108 in rushing yards. It's 121 points scored. Purdue's O'Connell has thrown 8 touchdowns and 0 interceptions in the last 4 games. They're number 7 in passing. So obviously I am picking Indiana. No, let me tell you. This is why. Okay, this is the bowl game for IU. Normally, Purdue and Indiana really are focused on, we have to win this game together. Purdue is flat going into this game. They've already booked their tickets to a bowl game. This is Indiana's bowl game. I expect supreme effort. There's a lot of Indiana kids that really still believe in what they call the Old Oaken Bucket. Look at this here.
Look at this.
Sponsor first, of course,
like
Larceny Bourbon.
Wow.
We are going to battle out for this because I'm taking IU.
Seems to be a kerfuffle, would you say?
I would say,
I don't know what that is, but it
kerfuffle.
sounds good.
The old Larceny Bucket is in play.
Yes.
I got Purdue. You got Indiana.
I'll take the 14.5.
14.5. I will lay that number.
You gonna lay a little wager or anything? Do a little bet? We'll think about it.
The loser has to fill this up and give it to the winner.
That sounds fair. That sounds fair.
I like it. I like it a lot. All right, let's focus now on the total. It's set at 50.5. So the question is, do you guys like the over or the under on this one? Hammer.
I like the under in this one because you're not going to get any help at all from the Indiana Hoosiers here. You're not. Purdue's going to
Right.
do their thing. They're going to get the best playmaker on the field, David Bell, the football. He's going to find his way to get in the end zone. They have a very efficient passing game. O'Connell, smart with the football. I don't know how much help you're going to get from Indiana offensively. I'm riding the under on this one.
Scott?
Our producer, this is a big game, you know. All Indiana bets. I don't know if you know what this show is called.
Yes.
So we're supposed to discuss this in serious detail. No place has discussed IU and Purdue more than this game. I have no clue. That total, I don't know. Indiana's going to cover the 14.5. I'm throwing a change down.
Whoop, there you go.
Tails.
It lands on.
Over. It's
Okay,
going to go over
okay.
that. So I guess we're on the opposite ends here too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. There we
The
go.
old
Oaken.
larceny bucket is in play.
Yeah.
Me against Scott.
Oh, it's on, baby. All right, you guys want to make some bets?
Yes,
It's
let's
time.
do it.
Now, for those of you new to this fabulous program, the guys each make 5 official picks each show, and then they're ones that you can count on towards their record for the season. Bragging rights, yada, yada, making a lot of people money. So, Hammer, let's start with you. First play.
So we're going to stay in the Big Ten here. Wisconsin and Minnesota. Wisconsin's offense has really turned that corner ever since that game against Purdue. And with Minnesota, I think they're able to give you a little bit of offense, but they can't stop anybody. So we're going to lay 7 here. Wisconsin is poised to win the Western Division of the Big Ten. They do that today by beating Minnesota by more than a touchdown. On Wisconsin, drink Wisconsinably, lay the 7.
Drink Wisconsinably. I like that a lot. All right, Scott, what you got?
So there's one really good team in this country, right? And it's called Georgia. Okay, we all know that Georgia is the one team that you can count on. So, of course, I am going with a terrible Georgia Tech team here. This is about rivalry week, which is a very hard word to say. They're rivals. I don't like the "re" part of it. It really throws me off. My game is 35 is too much in a rivalry game when Georgia is thinking only about Alabama. By the second half, they'll have like the 4th strings in, probably still better than Georgia Tech. But what I would tell you is backdoor cover all the way. Don't watch the first half. It's going to be nerve-wracking. Georgia Tech, those kids really only know this is it for them. Play Georgia Tech in the second half especially, 35.
All right, 35. I like this a lot. All right, 2 picks down, many, many more to come. We know it's the holidays. You need to make money. That's what we're here for. Handing out winners for the next 50 minutes or so, right here on All Indiana Bets. To get a head start, though, on locking these plays in, you just hit up our website right now. All of Hammer's picks, all of Scott's picks for Week 13 of the college football season already posted. All you have to do is scan that QR code on the top right-hand corner of your screen. Click on the link to today's show, and you'll be on your way to the bank in no time. Make
This
it
is
a
going to be
race.
loaded with booze, and it's coming to me next week. This right here.
That's what
We'll
I like to
see.
say. All right, fellas, it's time to go to a break, but don't go anywhere because we're just getting started. Notre Dame has been on fire as of late. Can the Irish keep that cover streak alive in the regular season against Stanford? That's the question. The guys break it all down, give you their thoughts, make you more money. Coming up next. Welcome back. We're glad you're here. I'm very excited because we're talking.
Have you been to the bar already?
Maybe. All right, we're talking Notre Dame. You guys know that gets me excited after notching their 6th straight win in dominant fashion over Georgia Tech last week. Notre Dame has moved up to number 6 in the latest football playoff rankings. Now tonight, the Irish will get one last chance to impress the playoff committee when they travel to take on Stanford. Notre Dame is a near 3-touchdown favorite against the Cardinals. Okay, so Hammer, we want to know, do you think the Irish can cover for this 7th week in a row?
This is one of these games where it's going to be fun to watch, but it'd be boring to be at.
Yeah.
Because smart schools don't tailgate very well. I've been to Notre Dame football games, and it's boring. It's a bunch of old, rich alumni standing around and soon-to-be lawyers and stockbrokers in the tailgate lot. That's not where I belong.
No.
But I belong at home on the couch with my sports betting app because I think Notre Dame will cover this game. Listen, the Irish, they're looking for style points here. And what have we learned? Style points means a blowout. You got to just absolutely drop the hammer on Stanford. It's a rebuilding year at Stanford. They stink. Lay the 20.5. Notre Dame looking for the style points. They still have that path to the Final Four. They need some things to happen, but they still have a path.
That's my favorite thing when you say they stink.
They
All right,
stink.
Scott, I know that you, my friend, would like to make an official wager on this game.
I do, but I gotta say right now, I've done stand-up for the last 30 years. I did a show last night at a comedy club, and one of the things you learn early, if you have to follow somebody who really is funny and nails it, you don't try to spend much time on that same subject. Hammer killed that one. That was my favorite breakdown
Thank you.
of the year. I
Okay.
never trust your picks, but the material was dynamite. I love Notre Dame in this game too.
Yes.
But it's more about the continual fade I have had of Stanford. I have bet on 5 Stanford games this year. You know how many I've won? 5!
5.
You don't try to break that little streak. Stanford gave up early in the season. They kind of gave up last year. Their program is a mess. They didn't handle COVID well. The whole faculty was up in arms last year that they played 5 games. No one shows up to their games. Notre Dame is the play. They have to win this game as well. They've been covering. I love Brian Kelly in this situation. Take Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish. 3 touchdowns is all you need.
All right, 3 is all you need. You have another pick you want to lay on us?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do a little bedlam here. Can we do a little bedlam?
Yes.
We shall.
Okie State and Oklahoma today. Again, Oklahoma State, another one of these teams that's not completely out of it. If they throttle the Sooners today and win the Big 12 championship next week, there's a chance they could leapfrog a couple teams, Notre Dame being one of them. But you know what? It ain't going to happen because the Sooners are going to show up today, and I think this is going to be a really close game. I think you're going to see points. 49.5 is the over-under. That's not enough. That's not enough. We're going over 49.5. The Sooners show up. They might even win this ball game. Don't sleep on the Sooners here. They're getting like 4.5 points, which seems like a great deal. But I think you're going to see offense today over 49.5.
Over 49.5. I like that a lot. All right, hey, I am going to hit the bar. It is time. But hey, coming up next on All Indiana Bets, guys are going to make their specialty picks. This is exciting. Scott, your famous long shot coming our way. And then Hammer has his Degenerate Special.
Oh,
on the
here we
other
go.
side.
Giving the people what they want.
That's right, baby. We'll be right back.
The Long Shot, presented for the people by Caesars Sportsbook.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
The fun
here
thing about
we
this
go.
show, we really can't make it halfway through without hitting up the bar. Ooh, these are
Look at
fabulous.
these glasses. I feel like that scene in the Blues Brothers, like when Scott and I have these glasses, where they do the fine dining. Wrong glass, sir.
Orange whip,
Let's
orange whip,
cheers.
3 orange whips.
All right, cheers. Cheers to making everybody some
man,
money
this
for
is
All Indiana
delicious.
Bets. All right, so while we're sipping on these, it's time to get to Scott Long's world famous long shot.
long
All right,
shot.
he chooses his favorite
I'm gonna-
underdog play.
I don't mean to interrupt, but I just want to promote tomorrow. My long shot has won the last 5 weeks in a row.
Yes.
They're underdogs, and all 5 have covered and won the game outright, including the Texans last week. So
We
let's
make you
put on
money on this program.
Yeah,
That's what
tune
we
in,
do.
watch. Here we go. Another pick that seemingly makes no sense. Baylor's playing so well, but here's the story that a lot of people don't realize. Texas Tech is playing better. What happened? They fired their coach. They've actually had a good season. They've already brought in the next coach. They know what's going on. Where did he come from? Baylor. They have insight on this team, and the players are still playing hard at Texas Tech because their new coach is already there. They're being judged. It's not one of those deals where they've got 1 foot out in Texas. Can I show these socks right now?
Yeah.
Oh,
These are my official
Get to the
King of
socks.
the
There
Hill.
Go, look at those.
Well,
beauties.
Bobby, what's going on with that Texas Tech Red Raiders game? Go with the Red Raiders over the Bears. Today is rivalry day. Take the dogs.
Ah, take the dogs. I love this. All right, now it's time for Hammer's favorite segment. We like to call it the Degenerate Special. The game's only degenerate gamblers, like our very own Hammer, put their hard-earned money on. All right, so who do you like it today?
By the way, I think this is such a term of endearment for the gambling community.
Degenerate?
Like when I check
is.
my messages on social media, people are all like, we got another degenerate winner. Like we are all in this bad boy together.
Right.
And with this being the final regular season week of college football, we're going to dance with who brought us. And this year we have made so much money on the Degenerate Special with the Fighting Flames of Liberty. I can't turn my back on them right now. Laying 3.5, Hugh Freeze got that new contract. Oh, he's got that new money smell. And he wants to prove to the alumni and the fan base that that is money well spent. So you're going to get the best effort you can possibly get out of Liberty today. Again, good playmakers, NFL playmakers on this offense with Liberty. We're going to lay 3.5 against Army. The Flames, one more time, baby. Let's dance.
Ooh, give me Liberty or what?
Now, when you go to
Give me death.
yes, go to the window and say that. And what's really crazy about the Degenerate Special is Liberty is the most Christian school in America. Hammers Liberty every week. Of course, Jerry Falwell's son had some incidents, and maybe the coach has too.
Hey,
so
I just need him to cover.
They
That's all I need.
Liberty is willing to turn the other cheek, is what we're saying. But
Yeah.
today they are going to win 3.5.
That's right, big time. All right, you guys, another break heading our way, but stick around because our best bets and hammers balling on the budget. All right, so you want to be a baller, you don't have much cash, no problem. We're going to show you how to turn $5 into 60. Some serious money up next.
The Best Bet is brought to you by Evan Williams. Bourbon done right.
Welcome back. No one we'd rather spend this weekend with than you right here on All Indiana Bets. Okay, we're going to make our best bets. These are the ones we like the best. Simply put, they're presented by Evan Williams Bourbon. Confidence level is through the roof on these picks. We love it. Hammer, let's start with you.
The biggest game on the schedule today, Ohio State and Michigan. This line was at 9 earlier in the week, and now it's down to 7. This is a gift. This is an early Christmas gift. I love the matchup. It's going to be an amazing atmosphere in the big house today, and it might even be close early on. But I don't know if Michigan's got the horses to keep up offensively with what Ohio State's going to bring to the table today. Buckeyes are going to score some points. Their defense might not be as good as it's been in years past, but Michigan's going to have to be able to score, I think, at least 30 to 35 to have a chance to win this. I don't know if they can do it. I will lay the touchdown. OHIO, Ohio State covers 7.
Woo! All right, Scott, what do you say?
I love the movement on
Yeah,
that
I like
line.
that a lot.
Oh my gosh, and that is the big game of the day. It truly is. Thank you for picking that game. I am picking a game that has no interest. Why? Don't watch this game.
Tickets are available.
Yes.
Here's the plus, though. Scott has not done you wrong this year. I'm over 62% on this show.
Which is amazing.
Yeah, it is. I mean, come on. You can flex. You can brag.
I
That's
am.
incredible.
I've gotten through the season somehow over 60%. This is my second best bet I've offered up this year. The wrong team is Maryland every week the last 5 or 6 weeks. The team seems to have given up. The coaching matchup is definitely on Rutgers' advantage. This is a big recruiting battle, though. These teams are battling to try to get some of the top recruits that Ohio State doesn't steal from them. So I love Rutgers in this situation. This is an actual bowl challenge because whoever wins this game will go to a bowl game. It'll be like the El Succo Bowl, but it'll be a bowl game. That'll be amazing, especially for Rutgers. Take the Scarlet Knights.
All right, take
Who
the Scarlet
sponsors these Succo Bowls, by the way?
Succo Bowls.
Maybe the one that has this lemon in this drink. Whoa!
All right, here's
Delicious,
the question.
though.
Where are ballers at? Because it's time. We all talk about parlays, risk, right? But
Right.
boy, is it a good feeling when one hits, baby. It's when you turn $5 into 60. That's what we're doing today. Ballin' on a budget parlay. Hammer, take it away.
So if you don't have a lot of money, maybe you spend a lot of money shopping on Black Friday, or maybe you bought 13 different pies that were on sale the day after Thanksgiving like
No
I
judgment,
did.
judgment-free zone right here.
Maybe you just got $5. You can get a full day of enjoyment from college football here, and this is what we're looking at. I like the Boilers, 14.5, down from 15. I think Purdue wins this. They're going to try their best to just beat the brakes off the Hoosiers in front of their own fans in West Lafayette today. Wisconsin, Minnesota. We're going to go over on this one because, again, I think Wisconsin is capable of getting this number by themselves. You just need a little help from Minnesota here, and your toes are tapping. Ohio State, I love this pick. And BYU, -7 against a USC squad that has absolutely quit. The coach is out the door. The players don't care. They're ready to go to the beach and have a little off-season fun. 4 games right here, $5 would win you $61, maybe $62, depending on where you make your bet at. Balling on a budget, let's go.
Let's go. I like that. All right, it's halftime for us. We're going to probably head back to the bar and get more hydrated. When we come back, though, the college football conversation continues. It is rivalry week across the country. We're going to break down all the big games, including Ohio State versus Michigan. It's coming up next in Feeling It or Fading It.
All Indiana Bets is presented by Lunazul Tequila. Feed the wolf.
Oh, man, the things you miss during commercial breaks.
Why is there not a constant live stream of the conversations that take place?
Because we would not be on the air anymore. That's
We're amazed
right.
every time we get to come back to do a show. It's awesome. So please keep watching. Thanks for doing that. Welcome back. One of the things that we love most about college football, of course, the rivalries. We talked IU versus Purdue earlier in this show, but that is far from the only game with bragging rights on today. We're going to play a little game. We like to call this one Feeling It or Fading It. It's the Rivals edition. Let's make it the Rivals, all right? So here are the rules. Basically, the guys will just say whether they're feeling the game or they're going to fade it. Are you guys ready? I'm going to just jump in. All right, first up, biggest game of the day. We have 4th-ranked Ohio State traveling to take on 6th-ranked Michigan with a spot in the Big Ten championship game on the line. Buckeyes are a 7-point road favorite. So, Hammer, we already know you're on OSU. Scott, are you feeling or fading red-hot Ohio State at -7?
I do love them at -7.
Yeah.
I did not know that the line had changed that much. It was 9.5 earlier in the week. I show up, I hear it's 7. I feel like that should have been one of my picks. So definitely feeling the Buckeyes here. To me, this is a 10 to 14 point game.
Ooh, all
And
right.
don't be afraid to look at the point total with Ohio State here.
Okay.
35.5, that's the point total for Ohio State. I understand Michigan's defense is pretty good, but the Buckeyes have been getting that in the first half lately. So take a look at that if you don't love the game, but I'm in Buckeyes -7. I'm
The
feeling it.
Wolverines have a great front 7 and a bad back 4. And the problem with that is probably the best wide receiver core in the history of the Big Ten is playing for Ohio State this year. They have 3 first-round picks there. They've been just lighting people up. So it'll be interesting to see, can Michigan put enough pressure with their 2 stud defensive ends? That's like a real football show. Did you see that?
Right.
We just broke it down. I am sorry. I apologize. I need to drink more.
He was like, wow, that felt legit.
It's like having John Madden here all of a sudden.
Boom!
All right, from the Big House to Bedlam, number 9, Oklahoma State hosting 13th ranked Oklahoma. Cowboys are a 4.5 point favorite. Hammer, Sooners haven't been underdogs in a game since 2019. You feeling or fading OU? What do we have at +4 and a hook here? Yeah.
I am feeling this one. I like the Sooners. I think this is going to be a close game. 4.5 is too many for this level of a rivalry game here. Life comes at you fast. Just yesterday, feels like everybody was talking about how Oklahoma could run the table. They'd have a chance to compete for a national championship, and now they're an underdog in a rivalry game to end the year. I like Oklahoma in this spot. Not one of my favorite bets, but I'd be willing to pick up 4.5 in this one. I'm feeling it.
Okay, feeling it. Scott, what about you?
I have some expertise on this game.
Oh, are you going to put the glasses on? Or?
No. I should.
I should.
No,
All right.
so my mom has lived in Oklahoma for 30 years. I spend a lot of time coming down there. That's the only focus in the world. Don't let them pretend that they had a couple of seasons with the basketball team, but they're all on Oklahoma, especially football. My mom loves the Oklahoma Sooners so much. Baker Mayfield, I think, is her favorite son. I would be second. I don't like him at all, by the way.
She has Brian Bosworth's poster.
She
hanging
probably
over
does.
her
She
house.
has the Boz.
Pause.
Gundy, the Oklahoma State coach, he has been terrible in this game. There is no reason, and you've seen how I've been all day. I have loved the dog in these games.
Yep.
But I like Oklahoma State in this situation. I think Oklahoma is bad. They're a bad football team. It's a miracle that they have the record that they do. There's a reason why they're so low in the BCS, even despite having that loss. I like Oklahoma State. I'm looking at a 7 to 10 point game, and I think it's going to be under. So I've liked all your picks except for that one.
Okay, we have one last one, you guys.
Okay.
I mean, we couldn't do a rivalry segment and not talk about the Iron Bowl, right? Okay, number 2, Alabama traveling to take on Auburn. Crimson Tide are a heavy 20.5 point favorite against their in-state rival. Scott, you feeling or fading Bama to cover the spread?
I would have been on the dog in this game if Bo Nix was healthy, but he's not. I have no idea what Auburn's going to do in this situation. I don't love Alabama. Hammer just spilled his drink.
I just spilled my drink.
I think there's nothing that speaks to being at the Iron Bowl more than by 11 o'clock somebody's spilling a drink.
By 11:36.
Thank you for bringing the tailgate to our people.
It's all over me.
Yeah. Wait till the pumpkin throwing tomorrow. We'll get into that later. Hammer, what's your thoughts?
What you got?
I'm afraid to ask.
I got Bama to cover here. I was on the fence a little bit this past week.
Right.
Then I heard Nick Saban go old man and rip his own fan base because they haven't been winning by enough.
Yep.
So this is not only a rivalry game, but Bama's playing for something. They can still make it in to the Final Four. And this is a big recruiting game here too.
Yeah.
If you're an Alabama recruit or somebody from a neighboring state, why would you want to go to Auburn if Bama goes down there and beats them by more than 3 touchdowns? Backup quarterback for Auburn. I am feeling the Crimson Tide here, and I might be feeling a towel sometime in the near future.
I'm going to go help my dude. We'll towel him up. We'll go to break, but coming up, we have tons more picks, including our own Alan Cashman, the Cash Man, going to make you some more money. Don't go anywhere.
Hey, welcome back to All Indiana Bets, everyone. Hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. And of course, here on this show, we are thankful for the Cash Man, Alan Cashman. He's been giving you winners all season long as far as college football is concerned. Now, Cashman, you're wearing an IU hat right now. You're not back in the Hoosiers this weekend in the Old Oaken Bucket game, though.
No, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do that. I'm going to buy the point, and I'm going to take Purdue down to -14, so 2 touchdowns. Normally, I don't get involved in double-digit favorites like this, but I just don't see enough on Indiana's offense that's going to be able to keep up with Purdue here. Aiden O'Connell for Purdue, he's gone 4 straight games now without throwing a pick. He seems to have cured those issues that he's had. This Indiana defense, they've got to be tired. They're doing everything. They've only 1 takeaway the last 5 games. IU is -9 in turnover margin in that span. And then the IU quarterbacks have been a mess. I just don't think Indiana has enough right now to go into this game and hang with Purdue's offense. They just don't have the players right now. So I'm going to take Purdue by the point, take them down to -14 and go with the Boilers here.
Yeah, and to add to that, if you look historically, going back to 1995, Purdue 8-3 against the spread at home against Indiana. So they've been pretty good in this spot going back about 25 years. All right, Cashman, what is play number 2 for you on this college football Saturday?
Let's go Saturday night. We're going to take BYU -7 going to USC. I think USC, another team that just doesn't have much left. BYU looking for their 10th win of the year, going to cap off a really nice season. I don't know how USC's defense is going to stop BYU. They're going for 547 yards per game the last 4. Not against powerhouse teams, but this is a potent offense. And USC, you look at them, 3-7 against the spread. Their last 10 as a home dog. 1-5 at home this season. I don't usually lay points with road teams of a touchdown or more, but I've got to take BYU in this one.
All right, so there's a pair of plays for you. If you want more picks from Alan Cashman, where do they go, Cashman?
Go to the website, thecashmanwins.com. I have a Black Friday deal that'll be up there through Saturday at midnight. 1 year, $49. 2 years for $69. Very good value there. That'll get you everything I send out for the next year or 2, depending on what you choose. That's thecashmanwins.com.
There you have it. As I said earlier, we're thankful for the Cashman here on All Indiana Bets. And Cashman, we'll see you again next week.
Thanks, Peter.
All right. Thanks, guys. All right. I'm trying to get the rest of your dribbling here. Good. Okay.
You missed the spot.
If you miss it, that he spilled. We're cleaning him up. All right, do you guys both like that BYU pick from the Cashman? Why?
Because USC stinks and USC has quit. Their coach is already out the door. Their players don't even care at this point anymore. And BYU's still playing for something. I've seen a lot of people, national folks, jumping on USC here. Don't listen to that. Don't listen to that. Look at the numbers of some of these national hosts. They're all trash. Like Scott's college football numbers, my college football numbers, better than a lot of folks you're going to see on some of these national networks. BYU's a better football team. Don't be fooled by the name. Lay the 7.
Don't be fooled, Scott.
Now, if you watch, we had to work this out with our producer, but BYU is the road team. You see BYU, and then you see USC. And what I'm telling you right now is, this is a home game for BYU. All the Mormons in Los Angeles are going to fill the Coliseum. No one from USC is going to show up. If a USC graduate shows up, you'll know they're lost. They would not come to this game. This game, it's a team of Trojans that can't provide protection. I've already said this. I have won 6 games this year betting against USC. Bang the drum, it's number 7. Cashman's right on this one. He's on my train because he knows a winner right now. 62 going to 63%.
All right, I like it.
I think every week somebody has bet against USC and Florida State.
Yes.
I'm getting the shakes because somebody hasn't bet against Florida State yet in this show, but we still have a few minutes
I
left.
think he's getting the shakes because he hasn't had his 5 cocktails per usual.
If you hadn't spilled it all over your shirt, you would be like
You know that
steady.
scene in the movie Billy Madison where he pours the water on his crotch to make the kid that wet himself feel better?
Yeah,
I feel like Billy Madison right now.
Well, speaking of...
Everybody does this. It's the coolest.
Having a good time. When we continue, we're going to take you downtown to the Oakmont. Yes, Brent, Bernie, and this week's featured bartender are going to teach you how to make a spicy margarita on the rocks.
Yeah, all right.
On the Rocks is brought to you by Lunazul Tequila. Feed the wolf.
Hello, friends. Welcome back to On the Rocks. Brent Holverson with Heaven Hill Brands here, coming to you today from one of the newest, greatest places that's come to Indianapolis, the Oakmont, just off of Mass Avenue on Delaware Street next to Stout Shoes. And we're joined today by Lexi. Lexi, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Outstanding. She's going to be making us a wonderful margarita, a spicy margarita. And we have our Global Whiskey Ambassador, Mr. Bernie Lubbers, join us. Bernie, how are you?
I can be talked into drinking tequila today.
Well, I like to hear that. I appreciate that. Lexi, tell us what you got today.
Yeah, so right here we're going to have the spicy margarita. You're going to have some serrano peppers in it. But first we're going to rim it with some tahini, which gives it a little extra flavor. Here we are. Put some tahini in there. And this is going to be shaken and rolled into the glass. So you're going to have 2 ounces of Lunazul Reposado tequila.
A nice estate-grown agave small batch tequila.
And you have half an ounce of Saint Germain in there as well. We're gonna put some freshly squeezed lemon juice, freshly squeezed lime, and some orange juice as well. We're gonna go ahead and add some agave to that too to give it just a little bit of a sweetness. So put that in there. And add some serranos, give it a shake and roll. And there you are with the spicy margarita. Would you like to have it?
Outstanding. Well, thank you. It looks
You're
outstanding.
welcome.
Oh, wow. Very, very good. Come try one of these down here at the Oakmont and join Lexi and all our friends here. We'll join you next time on The Rocks. Cheers.
And those margaritas work so much better when you don't spill them all over yourselves like some people do.
I think your problem is you've never held a glass that looked like that. I mean, usually
I hold it like a stein, like a goblet.
You've got like a big gulp cup, you know, and then you got your other cup that you're spitting tobacco in. So, you know, you're like, I'm just trying to measure and not drink the wrong cup. Please, I'm sorry.
All right. Let's make so much money that we can be better than people. That's the goal today. We're going
luck
to
with that.
start with Wisconsin. Wisconsin, they have a chance to wrap up their half of the Big Ten today. All they got to do is beat the brakes off of Minnesota. I think they do that by more than 7. We're going over 49.5. A little rivalry here. We got Bedlam. Over is the play. Your Degenerate Special. Give me liberty
Or give me death.
the Buckeyes. Probably my favorite bet of the day, laying 7. That offense is just too much for Michigan to keep pace with. And BYU, the Stormin' Mormons are going to pack that stadium today and make it like a home game. Scott was right. Lay the 7 with BYU.
Let's look what I'm going to. Oh, Georgia Tech. Makes no sense, right? Hey, don't you like to go into a game where you're up 35 points? That's us today. Backdoor cover, Georgia Tech. Notre Dame, this is really a big fade on Stanford. Stanford gave up early in the season. They have not been covering anything. 4-string quarterback. Texas Tech, plus 14. This is Baylor with the focus on the bowl season, possibly playing Oklahoma State next week. Rutgers. Love Rutgers. This is my second favorite pick of the year against Maryland, plus 1.5. It seems like a gift. And as you heard, BYU, home game for BYU. Now, Hammer, I don't know if you realize this, but I recorded a comedy special that's part of the Dry Bar comedy series. Yeah, and it's filmed in Provo, Utah, where BYU is. It's called Dry Bar. I don't think they would ever be a sponsor of our show because no one drinks any alcohol. That's why it's called Dry Bar. These specials, I got over 1 million hits. It really should be reflected more in our ratings. I'm not sure what that's about, but we're doing pretty well for this show pony show. BYU minus 7. I made no sense with my pick. Just go with the money.
Now, let's go to our producer, Peter, who is on a heater. He got a pick right last week. We're going to roll. We're doubling down. We're going again. What do we got?
Hammer, you look a little wet. Is that sweat or is that alcohol? I can't
Don't
tell.
worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Listen, I took a Big Ten under involving Minnesota a couple weeks ago. Got burned big time, so what are we going to do? We're going to go right back to the well, baby. Wisconsin, Minnesota, under 39. I think we're in conflict. Are we not, Hammer? Balling on a budget?
Yes, Wisconsin's going to put up a big number. I think you get a little help from Minnesota, and that's going to go over.
I think Wisconsin could put up a big number. I don't trust Minnesota to score in this game. This is going to be a glorified Army versus Navy game. Both teams like to run the ball 45 times a game. That means that clock's going to be ticking all day long. A lot of long, sustained drives. And both teams have pretty good run defenses. Wisconsin in particular, #1 rush defense in the country, allowing just 2 yards per game. Or 2 yards per attempt, I should say. Neither team particularly adept at throwing the football, so I think it's going to be a struggle for both offenses. I'll take the under.
Hammer.
But Hammer, I'll be happy for you if the ball on a budget parlay hits because of this missed pick on my behalf.
Okay, Hammer, every week we're hammered on how we have to pick Indiana, Purdue, Notre Dame, the big game. This guy picks over-unders on Big Ten games that people aren't even paying attention here in Indiana. Thanks for paying attention to your own advice.
I told you, Scott, this is my show. I make the rules as we go along.
My show. There we go.
Well, let's pump the brakes just a little bit right there. If this is anybody's show, it's Mackenzie's show.
That's
and
true.
she is getting ready to come back on with
Thank
the
you.
world-famous Mick pick.
Ratings
That is next.
just going up.
Do not go anywhere. It's all Indiana Bets.
All Indiana Bets, presented for the people, powered by Caesars Sportsbook.
Hey, it's Kenny Mayne again in cartoon pilgrim form. Now, despite the Thanksgiving gimmick, this is not for children. It's for adults, 21 plus. Now, I know there's a lot of things you can't talk about with the family at holiday time, but we can talk about this. Caesar giveth thanks. If you haven't downloaded the app, do it now. I'll wait. Or you can pause this. I'll feel like I'm waiting. But use this promo code on sign up. Look, it's right there. It's really big. You can't miss it. Then make a deposit, and for your first bet, just put $10 or more on the money line or the spread of any featured game. And then the team you bet on has to answer that $100 question. Can they score? If they do, you get a $100 free bet. Your team scored a field goal, that's 3, you win. Your team scored a touchdown, that's 6, you win. Your team got a safety, unlikely, but guess what? That's twice as many as you needed, so you win. Caesar giveth thanks like this all Thanksgiving weekend long. I'll be back as a cartoon another time.
All right, that was Kenny Mayne from our friends over at Caesars Sportsbook. Starting this week, Cartoon Kenny will be making a regular appearance on All Indiana Bets. We're so excited. He's going to teach all you novice bettors out there just a thing or two in a series called Betting 101. So get excited and stay tuned for that. Okay, this week's big pick, I'll make it fast. I'm going to take Florida -3 against Florida State.
Yeah!
You know we've been fading the Noles on the show ever since one of their players proposed to his girlfriend just minutes after losing the big game to Jacksonville State. So I stopped now. We're going to continue that. Okay, give me the Gators, lay the 3 points.
I love it. I love it. Good luck, everybody. Rivalry Saturday. Enjoy it. Kickoff
NFL
coming
tomorrow,
up next.
noon.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Good luck, everybody.